Hey guys, so this video is going to run us through our aerobic grid 15 seconds high, 15 seconds low running session. So it's our first running session in our 6-week program. So if you take your metrics from the program that I've sent out, you'll have a high distance and a low distance. If you don't have a way to measure distances, that's okay. I've put RPEs in that program as well. So an RPE that is between 6 and 7 or 7 and 8 is a little bit higher. So the scale is 1 to 10. So if you should be running at about 7 to 8, it's pretty hard, out of breath, wouldn't be able to hold a conversation, puffing pretty hard at the end of that. You'll notice the shorter distances are a lower RPE. So 4 to 5, could be up to 6 by the end of your sets. So a little bit easier, a little bit less on the pace. So the way the grid is set up, if you can measure out distances, so if you have a watch, if you have a trundle wheel, or you can use a pitch as a guideline, some way to measure that out, we're going to have the short side, which for me is going to be 53 meters. So back here I've measured out a short side, so that's at two ends of my grid. After that, the long end of my rectangle is going to be 63 meters. So I've worked out our percentages so that we'll be running at different percentages of our maximal aerobic speed. Now, working at these different percentages is going to help increase our 2K time. So we're challenging ourselves to be running above it if we can. So for our longer session, we're going to be running at just 105% of it, so just pushing above. So you might start to feel that lactic acid burn towards the end of those sessions. And then for our shorter sides, we are running at 90% of our MAS. So we're just toning it back a little bit, letting it recover. So I'll be running short side, long side, short side, long side. So in a rectangle. So 4 sides equals to 1 rep, and I'm going to be doing that 4 times. So it's continuous running without stopping. We're just varying our paces. Now you'll notice that it's 15 seconds and 15 seconds. So you should be completing the short side in 15 seconds, and then the long side in 15 seconds, and then the same thing again. So that means that you just have to vary your speed. So it should work out that if you run slower for 15 seconds, you should cover that shorter distance. So it might take you 1 or 2 reps to get used to it, to figure out what speed you should be running at. But have a watch on, have a stopwatch, have a phone in your hand so that you can time yourself for 15 seconds and try and make sure you cover just that distance and then be ready to go on the turn. So we don't want you stopping at the cone, waiting for the next 15 seconds to go, and then running again. We want to try and keep it continual the whole way around. So start at 1 cone, set your timer. 15 seconds should be a medium pace kind of jog to the next cone. Then you're going to have to speed up that pace for the next 15 seconds to get the 30 seconds to make it to the far end. So that's 1/2 of your grid. Slow down again, 15 seconds on the short side. Same thing, speed up to the long side back to where you started, and that is 1 rep. Complete for 4 times, and that will give you 1 set. We're going to take a 3-minute break. So there's a little typo on that program. It should say time for rest or rest time, and that's a 3-minute column. So 3-minute break, and then we're just going to repeat that process again. Any questions with that, let me know, guys. Just a reminder, guys, if you don't have an easy way to measure out those distances, you can easily just do it on a running track, wherever's easiest for you. Do 15 seconds at a slower pace, 15 seconds at a higher pace. So use those RPEs to gauge how hard it should be for you. But that's another easy way to do it if you can measure out those distances.